I've been taking Mounjaro now for just over 3 months, since the 2nd of June 2025, and I titrated up the doses to 10 milligrams, and the weight loss has been really good. Lots of people, ever since I started my journey, have been asking me, what are you going to do when you get to your goal weight? Won't the weight all just go back on? Well, I'm hopeful that I've done enough in the past to avoid this happening. My disability and my leg injury actually became my excuse for not doing anything about my weight. I told people, well, what can I do? The reason I'm overweight is because I can't move very well or very easily. But actually, it all boiled down to just making sure that I ate less for a very short, inactive person. When I weighed 14 stone, my BMI was 44. I was heading for disaster in middle age, really, if I didn't start to do something about it. What I do know is that it is Mounjaro that's helped me achieve some really good weight losses over the past 3 months. And prior to that, I was already on my weight loss journey. It's something I've been doing for 13 years. Now, that 13 years is a long time when you've got to count every calorie, watch everything that you eat, work out the ingredients in recipes to work out that you're keeping within your calorie deficit. So I found Mounjaro invaluable in just helping me keep my appetite suppressed. I realised, although I was eating to a calorie deficit, I was probably spent a lot of my time feeling quite hungry, and that was what made me think about food and turn to food in between meals, especially in the evening. And I know I'm not the first person to have a bad attack of the evening munchies, where you can basically undo all the good that you've done in one day with a snack or two. When people talk about Mounjaro taking away food noise, it's really incredible, because I don't think you think you know what food noise is, but until you're actually experiencing being rid of that food noise, you don't realise how liberating it is. I used to wake up in the night sometimes and start to plan my next day's meals, given that, I do spend a lot of my time thinking about planning recipes, what I'm going to eat, just to make sure that I do stay within my calorie limit. And I do spend a good amount of my day preparing and cooking food ready for meal times. I only eat 2 meals a day. That's my lunch and my evening meal. So that, it's quite incredible how much time I do spend preparing food. Calorie counting over the past 13 years and keeping a log of all my meals has been my choice. And it's because I know how much better I feel having lost 4.5 stone. When I started my weight loss journey back in 2012, I weighed 14 stone. Now I'm only 4'8", and I'm missing a good portion of my legs and my arms due to my disability. I'm also very inactive because of my disability, but also because I had a head-on car crash in 2002, broke my ankle, and the recovery from that didn't go very straightforward. I ended up having an ankle fusion, but basically I was off my feet and non-weight bearing for over 3 years. And that's when the weight really started to pile on, because all I could do back then was basically eat. I wasn't able to go anywhere without help. I wasn't even able to wash and dress myself without assistance, because I couldn't go up and down the stairs, and my bathroom was upstairs. I was sleeping downstairs. I was having to have somebody come in and wash and dress me. I was having to use a commode. It was awful, but I basically had no choice. I know I won't be the only person who finds a good excuse or a good reason why I can't lose weight, whether it's, like myself, a disability, lack of mobility, an illness, side effects of medication, not having enough time in the day, having young children, being too busy at work. It's easy to find reasons not to do something about our weight. But once I decided to do something about my weight, everything started to fall into place. And once the weight started to come off slowly but consistently week after week, I began to think, yeah, I can do this. I'd been missing the main reason why I was overweight, which was being a very short woman. Back in 2012, I was 49 years old, and I just needed to cut right down on the amount of calories I was eating. I was kidding myself that my food was healthy. My meals weren't too bad. They were just too large, and it was all that snacking in between meals. There's a lot I can share with people out there who, for whatever reason, have struggled to lose weight. And I'm hoping to do that in this series of little videos, because I think on the way I've learnt a lot of things that have completely changed me as a person, and that I've embedded into everyday life. Small dietary changes, lifestyle changes that are just a way of life now. They're just something that I do. And I can't believe that once upon a time I used to get up and sit either in front of the computer all day, in front of the television all night, and then go to bed. I really didn't move at all, just from room to room. And once in that room, I would sit back down again. I didn't have great stamina. I couldn't even stand long enough to fill my car with diesel. I had to take someone with me to do that. If there's something you'd like me to cover in one of my videos, either from the perspective of my own disability or answer any questions you might have, then please feel free to leave a comment below. I reserve the right not to answer them if I think they're getting a bit too personal, but I'm always happy to share aspects of my life and how I live it. I've never known any differently. I was born with my disability, so people tell me that I cope well and that I've adapted well, but no, I haven't. I've never known any differently. I just do things in a completely different way. Things take me much longer, and many things take me a great deal more effort to accomplish, but I've never let that stand in my way. I look forward to receiving your comments, and I look forward to sharing more of my journey with you in a future video.